Hey Brett, you know, it's still freezing out here and we've got snow on the ground, but it is still spring after all, and it's time to start thinking about your lawn. Shiri Spear got to go ahead and meet up with Peter Mezitt from Weston Nurseries in Hopkinton to find out some answers.
Spring is in the air. I think that we are all very excited for it, but it was a very snowy winter. So what does that mean for our lawns as we get them prepared here to head into spring? Is that a good thing, a bad thing? What does the snow mean?
Yeah, it's actually, it can be a little bit of a bad thing because snow causes damage when the plow comes and goes a little too close, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of loose grass on your side of your driveway. But also when the snow, like we had this winter, is there for so long.
Piled chin high, yeah.
Chin high, and especially on traffic areas where it's compressed, you'll see some splotchiness in your lawn known as snow mold. You might see some of that.
I thought that was my dog's doing, but you have just taught me that those white patches, could be both, those white patches are the mold. So what do you do to treat something like that?
You really don't have to. The typical snow mold is the gray snow mold, and it doesn't kill the grass. It's a fungus that it just doesn't look good for a while. And really, you just want to grab your spring tooth rake like this, and just rake over it a few times, rough it up, and that'll encourage the roots to push up through it right away.
Okay. So what else do you need to do? I know that there are some grassy areas, maybe some fields that have not been mowed. When is the appropriate time to mow that, to trim that? Is it now?
Well, after you rake it out, you just want to let the grass do its thing, and it goes pretty automatically. Again, touching up along the sides where the plow might have loosened up some turf and pulling that out. Edging is a big thing. Behind us here is a planting bed that will probably need to be edged this year after it's cleaned up.
Okay.
But the grass is pretty easy.
The grass part easy. All right, so when do we fertilize? When do we lime? What do we do about the weeds? Talk me through some of the basics here.
Well, grass is, I shouldn't say it's entirely easy. It likes to, weeds like to come up through the grass. So you do your step one typically in April around here. And with that, you can either just fertilize or you can put some crabgrass preventer / fertilizer down, which is your typical step one product.
And that is an every year thing. That's not, you can skip it this year if you did it last year.
I tend to skip it. If I need it, if I think I need it, I'll use it. I don't like to put too much fertilizer down, but there are some people who religiously put step 1, 2, 3, and 4 down every year.
Well, perhaps their lawn looks a little bit nicer than mine. Now talk to me, I can see a weed preventer here. Is this for the grass? Is that for flower beds? Where do you use a product like this?
This one in particular can be used in your vegetable garden. And again, spring is a good time to do that. It's a pre-emergent. So
you do that before you plant the flowers?
Exactly. The weeds don't have a chance to come up if you put the pre-emergent down. So you can do that. Actually, you can do that in your lawn, and you can also do that in your landscape garden beds, but also your vegetable garden.
Oh, very important there. And what about lime? Lime is something that kind of baffles me a little bit. I'm not sure the purpose. I'm not sure when you do it.
Lime is simply a high alkaline, high pH mineral. It's either calcium or magnesium based. And around here in New England, we have very acidic soils. So just about every person could use lime to get their plants to uptake nutrients more effectively. A balanced pH helps plants grow because they're able to take up nutrients more effectively. So if you have a low or acidic soils, like a 5.5 or something like that, you may want to get it tested.
Early spring, the time to do it?
Yeah, good time to test it. And then you can put some lime down according to the directions.
Okay, and let's finish up with a look at one of these trees behind us, because it's also a good time to start maybe tackling some of the white branches, as you would say.
The white branches, yeah. This is a Japanese maple right here. And typically you'll see a little tip dieback on a lot of plants, but Japanese maples in particular, you see a lot on this one. And while it doesn't look that good right now, I just let it go. I just let it be, because the new growth tends to knock the old dead branches off anyway, and it just covers it right up by the middle of May.
Okay, well, it's very exciting. Are you excited it's spring?
I can't wait for this winter to be over. Will you do something about that, please?
I'm doing my very best to hold the snow back. Peter, thank you so much. We've got a lot to work with.